Welcome to the University of Maryland Extension's Master Marketing presentation, Capturing the Bounce, Surviving the Dip. I'm Ginger Myers. I'm the Extension Marketing Specialist for Ag and Food Systems with the University of Maryland Extension, and also the Director of the Maryland Rural Enterprise Development Center. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, many farmers and food specialty producers are experiencing firsthand its effect on their business's viability. You may be dealing with a constricted or delayed farmers market, an unprecedented spike in your online and delivery orders, or you're sympathizing with your restaurant buyers whose sales have been restricted to pickup and curbside only. It's an unpredictable time with much information flying around, and it's hard to pause and consider what your business might look like when this ends. While there's no clear answers at this time, we do know that it won't go back to the way it was before COVID-19. Here's some interesting facts that have started to surface. Screen time increased due to social isolation in China to 7.3 hours a day during the quarantine period. In March 2020, 1 out of 3 Americans went online to order groceries with the expectation of door-to-door delivery. And customer acquisition costs across all kinds of marketing channels like Facebook are getting steadily higher as offline stores focus more on budgeting online. So what's with the W sitting here? It's one of the icons for what the retail market might look like when COVID-19 ends. One sign is an L, where sales drop and flatline. Another has been a V, where sales dive and then recover back to where they were. The W is an icon that looks at sales that as things progress, retail drops, and then when markets open again, we pick up on a steady sale, but perhaps there's lower inventory or fear of going out again, and it drops, only over time to come back up. The W might look real tight there, but probably what we're looking at is an extended period of time where we see these bounces in sales, either retail or direct marketing. So what can we do now? It's time to evoke the 2020 rule. The 2020 rule maintains that 80% of outcomes, whether that's sales or crops or marketing, comes from 20% of the inputs, what you do. In the 2020 rule, you prioritize the 20% of those factors that will produce the best results. That doesn't mean you neglect the regular work at the farm or some of the other things like your accounting or working on picking and packing and so forth, but it asks you to look at how to prioritize those efforts to get the best results for the time you're investing now. So when you apply the 80-20 rule to your marketing efforts, think about keeping in touch with your existing customer base. They're the ones who know your product, have bought from you in the past. Ask them to share on your postings or emails with their family and friends. They'll be your digital word of mouth and your best advocates to bring more customers to your business. Also, now's the time to put into effect all that social media training that you've had and looking at what popular platforms are out there. We know that folks are looking for products online. They want to know how to order and receive them. And they also want to hear about what's happening in your operation so that this is the best time to get your story out there, particularly on social media. Highlight your promotions and services as well. People want to hear, as I said, about what you have, that it's a safe product, how you're going to deliver to them, and what you offer. Though all your posts don't have to be sales oriented. Remember, it's social media. Perhaps you have a poll or a contest, share recipes or testimonials, or share a bit about your operation. Good time to take wonderful pictures and post them, maybe a little video of what's going on in the fields or in those animal pens. Review your pricing levels now. I am definitely not advocating that you raise your prices now for the sake of raising them. Absolutely not. However, every sale is very important to your cash flow now. Review your current prices to make sure that they reflect the level of profitability you need to continue your operation. Perhaps look at your most popular items. Are they priced where you need them to be? Do you need to add more stock there? More likely, though, you've got some inventory and products you've been carrying at a price that's not profitable. Perhaps you cut back on those, or even plan your planting not to provide those in the coming months because they've not been your best profit margin. Again, 80-20. Work with the things that make the most profit for you and spend your time promoting and producing more of those. We know that the average 50% of your revenue comes from the 20 best customers. Remember those existing customers you have, or the new customers that have been oohing and awing that they're so glad they found you. Perhaps now is a good time to thank them for their support, whether that's a little note in the mail if you have time, or even an email thank you, or posting on your social media that you really appreciate your existing customers are gold and the new ones are silver. So really reach out and make them know that their purchases are your income and that you're thankful for it. Opportunity does knock at this time. You've got to look for the silver lining here, and it's opportunity to build consumer trust that like we haven't had in the past. Folks are looking to farmers for access to safe local foods. They're open to learning more about where their food comes from. So you have to put on your educator hat as well and share your story and how things are grown. You also need to supply the best quality products you can in an easy and accessible manner. Remember, many customers are used to going to the grocery store and filling the cart. Now they've got to figure out, how do I buy a pound of ground beef from that producer, or what products does that farm market have? Can I get bread there? Whatever. But make it easy and accessible. If you haven't put an online market onto your web page, you need to still take the time to get that done. We're probably not turning back that dial to where someone doesn't want to find an online market to be able to order. So keep working at that. Even if you just get remember your best 20 products up and then fill in with the rest later. We do need to inform customers. We need to, again, build trust about how safely and efficiently we produce a wide variety of commodities and goods. Much of this applies to direct marketing, but also it's a time to share the story of grain production, our poultry, some of the things we do in larger volume, that they are safe, they're being processed safely and packaged, and it's a good product and a time to reach out and look for those either on a farm or in the store. Now's the time to ensure that your website is current. I know that it's a busy time in the field. It's a busy time making all these changes to capture that bounce if you can, or changes to bring up that dip in your sales. One of the things that I often see people miss on their website is their contact information. A name, a phone number, an address, and an email that you can, that people looking at your site can contact you. Maybe that's to order or delivery service, but at least a contact for questions and clarification. We can all get that done. And customer service is still king. It's going to be a little more difficult to provide good customer service virtually if for you it's always been a look in the eye and a handshake and a smile. But it still needs to be prompt and courteous replies, even if they come in at midnight, to questions and orders. And it's a must, because now you've got to be careful of your wording. Again, thanking them for their purchases, answering their questions, and be patient. Again, this is our time to shine. So good customer service with your replies. Here's some more resources and contact information. The first one is actually an article that captures most of what we've been talking about. The Extension Ag Marketing webpage has lots of resources and articles by topic if you're looking for direct marketing or emails or business planning or sales funnels. Some of those you can check there for longer publications or quick articles. So Extension stands ready to help and support you. My email is listed here. Happy to have your emails or calls.